Okay, hopefully everybody can see my screen. Welcome to the call this morning. My name is Zane, and I am the chief formulation guy. I get to make the formulas, and it's my privilege to be here and just share a little bit about this revolutionary new approach to health and nutrition, which is something that is very important. I think one of the favorite things I've learned since I started this journey in 2013 was that as I work with doctors and different people, is the ability to create balance in life. And Dr. Raymond, who is going to talk in just a moment, he explains this very well about creating balance. And one of the most important things we can do with our bodies is to have balance. And so today, we're going to talk a little bit about weight loss and why that's so critical in the world. One of the biggest issues, especially in America, is that we have is obesity. And with that comes a lot of issues, including, blood pressure, diabetes. And so taking a completely new approach to people being able to come to balance with cannabinoids is something that nobody else in the world is talking about right now. And you're in the right place at the right time. That is what we do at Sukavu, is we help people live an unlimited lifestyle by creating balance with the right cannabinoid profile to help your endocannabinoid system function properly. And so throughout this journey, what we found is there are some amazing things that you can do to be healthier. And we're not going to ask you necessarily to go and change, a million things in your life. Odds are good that if you're on here and you're learning a little bit about weight loss, that you've tried something in the past, whether it was a diet or something, and maybe you struggled, right? Maybe it didn't work very well for you. Maybe it was difficult to do. And I'm here to tell you that it may not have been your fault. I was talking with a friend who told me yesterday, he said, I've got a guy that's my neighbor he's kind of on this yo-yo and where he goes up and down because he'll do the keto diet for a month or two, but he can't maintain it long term. And then he struggles and, he's on this constant yo-yo. And like I said, what I'm here to tell you is that Sukavu, we have found a fantastic new approach to not only weight loss, but to just overall health and nutrition. So I'm excited to share that with you guys today. Let me talk a little bit about our mission and values. Our first mission is to always create quality and safe products. We know all of our products from seed to shelf. We grow our own hemp, and we always use best practices when we're manufacturing the products. We want to share great information, and that's why we're on these calls every Saturday. And that's why we have a great team of doctors and a great team of leaders every Saturday that can invite you to learn. And so if you were invited today, thank you for jumping on. We want to share good information that can help you have a great experience. We want to build great relationships with people all over the world, and we want to be able to serve those who serve us. We want to be able to help give back. This is me. My screen is blocked right now, but that's my family. I'm the bald-headed guy on the screen. I'm actually going to throw up a pen here quick. I'm this guy. You can see me there. That's my beautiful wife, who helped. It was kind of the big reason why I started looking into this, and we discovered this was I wanted to find a way to help her with some issues that she was having, and then we've got 8 amazing kids. So that's us. Why Sukavu cannabinoids? Well, what we're going to talk about today is the importance of the cannabinoids and how they function in creating balance. And with balance, your body is going to be able to actually do the work. Because if we're honest about it, it's nice that your body's going to be fighting the calories when you aren't. Because if you're like me, right, it's difficult to just stick to 100% clean eating, although I would like to, or 100%, not drinking stuff that I shouldn't, because I love to drink an ice cold soda. And so my body, I want it to be in balance and working even when I don't make the right or the best choices. And so why our cannabinoids are different and why it's going to help you is a couple of things. Number one, we want you to always be comfortable and know that there's no THC in any of our products. You'll never test positive for a drug test if you take any of our products. We have been researching and working with cannabinoids for over 8 years now. And that may not sound like a very long time, but in this space, it actually is. We've spent thousands of hours studying different research groups and studies, and also doing our own trials and studies as well. As a matter of fact, we have a brand new product that we are going to be unleashing in October, and we're actually doing some clinical studies with it now. So we've got people that are using it and having success. Our products are extremely bioavailable, and all of our products are third-party lab tested. So today, I want to just share this with you. This is the cannabinoid pathway, and really our company, the importance of what we do is right here. And today I'm going to be talking about three different cannabinoids, really. Although I'm going to really talk about, and I'm going to circle this one right here, this THCV, if you can see this. I'm going to be talking about this one, and Dr. Raymond, I know, is going to be talking about CBD. We'll talk about CBD, and we're also going to talk about CBG. We'll talk about these three cannabinoids specifically. Now, I want to be perfectly clear. Delta 9 THC, this one right here that you see that I'm circling, this cannabinoid is the one that gets you high. This is the one that when people smoke, they get high and euphoria. Because this one up here at the top says THCV, sometimes people hear THC and they think that it's the same as this one down here. It is not the same. It is not only not the same, but it follows a completely different pathway than this THC does. Hopefully you guys can see that. So as we talk about that, I just want you to be very comfortable and know that even though that is a main ingredient in one of our products, it is something that you don't need to worry about failing a drug test for or anything like that, okay? So how does this all approach to overall health and wellness? How does it help me lose weight? And I will let Dr. Raymond, he'll explain the scientific side a lot better than I can. But cannabinoids create balance in our brain, in our heart, in our stomach, our intestines, even helps with pain management. But as we talk about our stomach and intestines, we're going to talk about a unique, like I said, and very new, this new revolutionary approach that people are finding to have great success with. So really, if somebody said, what is the story of Sukavu? I would really point to this wheel, because this wheel is our story. When cannabinoids first became popular and people started talking about CBD, they first started talking about this cannabinoid here, this CBD, it became extremely popular and was quite the rage. And for us as a company, we love CBD. We absolutely love it. But there are other ones that we love, like THCV. We love this cannabinoid. We love CBG. We love CBN, right? We love these different cannabinoids and what they do. So I want you to, as you look at this wheel and you see THCV here, I want you to see appetite suppressant, right? This is a cannabinoid, and all of these, the things that it says it does, like an appetite suppressant, these are all research studies that show that THCV works as an appetite suppressant. And then what we did is we took that cannabinoid, we blended it with a few other ingredients that we also know work to help with appetite suppression, with energy, to help create some thermogenesis. And as we did that, what we found was people were able to lose weight on their terms, because we were going to create balance in their system. We weren't going to say, hey, here's a diet, you've got to exercise every day. Of course, we want you to eat as clean as possible. We want you to, drink water. We want you to exercise. But what we know is if you create balance for people, then you can help them lose weight. And if we help them lose weight and we fight obesity, we're also going to be fighting blood pressure, and we're going to be fighting, diabetes and some of the other issues that come with weight, joint pain. There's lots of reasons why, being an optimal weight helps. So that's a really big thing that we're going to talk about today. Also CBG, if you notice this one, this is an anti-arrhythmic, It's an antihypertensive. So we are going to talk about another product that will help you lose weight. That's a nitric oxide product, which is also going to help your heart, right? That's really, really big, because if we can help your blood, again, be in balance, and we help your liver, it's going to help with some of that stomach gut like I have. And so I've been able to use this and use it to lose some weight. So that is the primary focus for us, and why Kavu Trim, which this is our, I don't want to say the magic pill, but kind of, these guys right here, we've had such great success with this because of the THCV. It's got some natural caffeine with green coffee and a few things. And so the proof for us has really been in the pudding, as people have used this, if they've had great success. Same thing with our nitric oxide. Those two products hand in hand have helped people lose weight and lower their blood pressure, and also help with diabetes as well. So we will talk a little bit about some protein and greens as well. The 4 products that we currently have to help with weight loss. So that's a little bit of an idea of how we can create balance. The technical side, I'm going to leave to Dr. Raymond, because again, he's way smarter than I am. My job is to take the knowledge that these wonderful doctors have and then put it into a product so that people can have success. And again, for us, it's about sustainability, right? Can you sustain this? Can you, and can I, as a guy who is overweight, can I take this product every day and see results? Not asking you to, again, live a crazy diet, not asking you to, drink 100 ounces of water every day, although water is great, right? Not asking me to exercise every day, also a great thing. But if I don't do those things and I just do this, can we curb your appetite? Can we curb your cravings for sugar by creating balance, right? Oftentimes when we crave things, we're out of balance. And if we can do that, then we have a winning and a very new approach to health and nutrition. And I would tell you that we've done that. And so that's why we're excited to have you on this call. So I've talked too long already. I'm sorry. Dr. Raymond is incredibly smart and a wonderful, wonderful expert that we have, and we're fortunate to work with. So he's got some information. I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Raymond, but we have I will tell you this, we have some exciting things we want to share with you at the very end for those people who are ready to change their lives, where you can actually get involved and get some of these products at a discount just for being on the call today. So Dr. Raymond, I'm going to turn the time over to you. I will make sure, hopefully let you share your screen, make sure that you can do that. And thanks again, everybody, for being on today. And we'll answer questions and all that fun stuff. So Dr. Raymond, I hope, if not, Tammy, can we
Yeah, he's a co-host already.
Yeah, awesome. So Dr. Raymond, you're a co-host.
Thank you, Mr. Zen. Thank you very much. Welcome to everybody. And today we have our Saturday presentation, and we are going to talk about, we share the screen and talk about, I don't know if you can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Today we are going to talk, we are going to see how to fight against obesity while eating enough, and what is the role of Kavu Trim in this weight loss and obesity. I want to thank Mr. Zen for his introduction, very kind. He is the scientist, and to welcome everybody there. So this topic is a great topic now, because we have to know that, first of all, Kavu is not just lifestyle, it's a philosophy. We have a supplement product that are made, and they are our first priority. So we combine also science, beauty, health, performance, and opportunities. So what's obesity? You know, this is a schema where you have somebody who's between plant designed food and transformed food, Western food. We see that this person is just near the transformed food, and you see he appears as somebody who is high body mass index very high. So we can see that this person is eating more transformed food than plants. So we know that overweight data from selected country in Cameroon, we have more than 50% of. Excuse me, I have a. So we have we have more than 50% of the population are obese in Cameroon now. So we also notice that there is a great interaction between economic development, urbanization, increase of revenue, and this appearance of obesity, the same with physical activities and what we consume. There is an interaction between all these factors that are leading to, if somebody is obese, is in relationship with all these factors. So this is why we discover that in rural area, people are more obese than in urban area, people are more obese than in rural areas. So there is it's a great problem in Africa. Now you can see the difference between significant difference between obesity in excuse me. Yeah, hello? Hello?
Dr. Raymond is so important. He's getting calls.
Je peux... So, excuse me. Obesity is more in urban than in rural because of the lifestyle, because of the consumption. In urban area, they don't work on food. They try to take their car and they eat transformed food. So obesity is an increase of body fat, resulting in excess of fats. This is evaluated by body mass index. That is the mass in kilogram divided by the height in square meters. According to the World Health Organization, between a body mass index between 25 and 30 is overweight. Between 30 and 40 is obesity. After 40 is exceed 40 is massive obesity. So there is also association of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Metaphorically, obesity is considered by like a pandemic disease today. So we can have three silhouettes of describing the gap between normal figure on the left, overweight on the middle, and obesity on the right. So considering the etymology and definition, for the first time the human evolution, we discovered that the number of overweight exceeds the number of underweight people. This is, you know, that because before overweight was the sign of well-being, and now it's not the same thing after they discovered that it's associated with certain diseases. So obesity is a disease, yes, because it is defined like that by WHO. Obesity is a potential handicap at work also. And now we have in the history, there is also representation of obesity because we know that anything is in our plate. We have several phenotypes of obesity described. The excess of fat is throughout the body, type 1. Type 2 is android obesity, the trunk and the abdomen. Type 3 is abdomen, visceral obesity. Type 4 is hip antics, gynoid obesity. So, concerning the physiopathology of this, we have a chronic subacute systemic inflammation, fatty tissue release mediator interfere with lipolysis and weight loss. Consequence, in the absence of lipolysis, weight loss is difficult. And this can cause complications like asthma, diabetes, cancer, depression, cardiovascular disease. Insulin resistance is associated with the liver fatty infiltration of cells whose role is not to store fats. So we can have the classification of obesity. We have a normal person between 18.5 and 25 of body mass index, and we have beyond 40 morbid and massive obesity. So there is a difference between, we have to make a difference between metabolic syndrome and obesity. This is what they can see on this slide. And on this slide also, we see that the obese among 15 years and older are higher in America than in France and in Great Britain and Pays-Bas. So the cause of obesity are various. You have various causes of obesity. You have obesogenic process. The big two is traditional involved in development of this energy, consumption and expenditure. This is the big two. We need a certain equilibrium between what we consume and what we take out, we expend, like during physical activities. If there is not equilibrium, we are going to have if we take in more than that what we spend, we are going to have a deposit of adipose tissue. So we have also overconsumption. That is one of the factors of obesity. We have a relation with alcohol. We have the sedentarity. People are not moving too much. Lifestyle and artificial condition of eating. We have sleep disturbances associated in each row also, and we have endocrine disruptors. Concerning drugs, we have neuroleptics, antidepressant, and benzodiazepine lithium that are associated with obesity. We have certain hormonal treatment, estrogen, progesterone, drugs that are called anti-epileptic, neurotropic. We have also microbiological environment. Recent work has shown that an imbalance of microbial ecology of the gut, microbiota, can induce or exacerbate obesity. So you have hereditary factors that type 2 diabetes, risk of sleep apnea, heart failure, mortality increase with body mass index, life expectancy decrease with obesity. Diabetes, while diabetes mellitus appear at age 40, but rarely appear in adolescence. Hypertension, strokes, cardiovascular accident also. We have hereditary factors, sleep apnea, cancer. We have economic, diabetes is, obesity has a great cost, increase of medical expense and low productivity. So there is also determinants of obesity. There is also all this, the influence of the society, the food production, consumption, psychological factor, individual activities, environmental activities, biology. All these factors are associated with the outcome of obesity. So we have certain mechanisms that are associated with obesity. You have several studies that are conducted in all around the world are showing that CBD enhance the expression of gene that promote browning in fat cells, making them better able to generate heat and fight obesity. This is CBD, the browning of fat cells. And this makes them better able to generate heat. CBD improves the expression of certain proteins present in adipose tissue, promoting thermogenesis. When there is thermogenesis, there is a lot of energy, and there is lipolysis, and there is and lipogenesis is lowering. So we have there the mechanism and effect of CBD action on various tissue during obesity. So we have all the tissue, certain tissue of the body, liver, heart, adipose tissue, endocrine. We have receptors, and we can see that all these receptors can be activated by CBD. And on this, when those receptors are activated, we are going to undergo lipolysis. That is destruction of fat tissue, increase of mitochondrial activities, decrease of oxidative stress, decrease of inflammation, decrease of cell death, increase of glucose uptake. When there is increase of glucose uptake, it means that there is catabolism and there is no deposits of fat. So CBD can fight against obesity, as it is shown in this slide, by activating all these receptors and acting on all these tissues. So here we have a slide where we have the summary of CBD on different tissues. This is of medical professional to well understand this mechanism and know that when you are a nutritionist, you can use CBD also. When you are a medical doctor, an endocrinologist, you can use CBD. When you are a general practitioner, you can use CBD as an adjuvant treatment and complement treatment also. So as an appetite regulator, CBD will promote weight loss and regulate feeling of hunger. This is very important and permit us to introduce our recovery frame and the onset of diabetes and its complication. By fighting obesity, CBD fight also against diabetes mellitus. So we have now, here we have the interaction between diet, obesity, and mental health. We can see on this slide that Western diet and healthy diet interfere with obesity. And we can see that healthy diet decrease the risk and Western diet increase the risk on this slide. And this interference act on neurogenesis, inflammation, oxidative stress, mitochondrial activity, epigenetic change. This is very important, epigenetic change. And this is long-term effect of CBD because they can change the genes. This is very important to know. And several review and publication shows the mechanism of action by which diet can influence mental and brain health, including modulation of pathway involved in inflammation, oxidative stress, epigenetic mitochondrial dysfunction, intestinal microbiota. So this is very important to know because we have to know the mechanism by which CBD acts to fight against obesity when we are taking this supplement. So the balance of our energy intake act on the weight also. As a preventive measure, a regular diet based on respecting mealtime. This is preventive measure. Avoid excess of processed industrial products. Have a regular minimum physical activity. This is very important. Finally, the psychological factors have to be taken out of your mind. Listening to your hunger can help you to be slim. Intuitive diet, this is a concept also. So you have to eat only when you are hungry. Eat while listening to your satiety, regardless to our emotion. Eat without restriction. This study shows that eating enough makes you lose weight. And the first study to prove the link between intuitive eating and slimming. Restriction regime and their scientifically proven efficiency. There is also this restriction regime that can permit you to lose weight. And when you do it, you can stay without eating for a certain time. And if you want to lose weight, starving yourself, it is not the right solution. Also. Being hungry is quickly tempted by a snack between meals. Choose the right ingredient at the right time. So the treatment of obesity are the diet. Rich in fruit and vegetable is the base of management of obesity. So changing the dietary practice without speaking of calorie restriction, various actions at the level of ingest food are possible. So we have to eliminate certain category of food with no nutritional value. Eat at least 5 fruits and vegetables a day. Drink water before meals. Avoid processed food. Avoid high energy density food. Avoid food containing both fat and sugar. Reduce the size of the portion served. Possibly increase the number of meals per day by decreasing their importance. Increase breakfast, reduce dinner. Do not snack between meals. Avoid artificial sweetness. You have to do also physical activity to eliminate, to reduce the amount of fat. You have to change your lifestyle, living by calorie restriction, and sleep better. So we are going to talk also about the glycemic index of food. It has been shown that a food with a low glycemic index is better to take to fight against obesity. The effect of caloric density of food and glycemic index and the potential acid renal load on obesity and diabetes. We have caloric density. The number of calories in 1 gram of food is important to know, and that permits us to choose the food we can associate with any other one. So we have also the glycemic index. This defines the glycemic power of a food compared to that of the glucose, that is 100. When it is less of 50 is low, from 56 to 69 is moderate, above 70 is very high. The potential renal acid load is defined whether the food is acidifying or alkalizing. It has been shown that regime to fight against obesity are alkalizing regime. More a food is alkalizing, more it fights against obesity and diabetes. So the CAVU team of SOCAVU is is a supplement put in place by Mr. Zen, very important to fight against obesity. CAVU team is a real combination of cannabinoid with entourage effect associated with vitamins B6. It works by boosting the metabolism, rapid energy production, increase concentration, reduce appetite, maintain blood constancy. A very good association with hemp and pea protein, hemp super green. This supplement is very good to fight against obesity. It permits us to, with all the properties we gave to fight against obesity by this mechanism that I described. So there is also Cavunox, talking about nitric oxide, the effect of nitric oxide on the body. We know that nitric oxide precursor are in Cavunox, and this nitric oxide is going to increase thermogenesis, lipolysis, decrease lipogenesis, optimize energy production, fight against atheroma plate, and regulate the expression of certain obesity genes. Cavunox boost concern non-selective activator of nitric oxide synthesis. whose health effect has been described, but also contain ingredients with various benefits. So these ingredients are vitamin B6, B12, C. There is also citrulline maleate, folate, glutathione. There is L-methionine, and there is arginine. Arginine, very important precursor of nitric oxide. So thank you for your kind attention, and have a very good weekend.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raymond. Hey, I'm going to do a couple things. That was awesome. I mean, this is proven. Like I said, it's a new approach by creating balance, and something that we absolutely love. So as you see, one of the things Dr. Raymond talked about was pairing Knox along with trim, along with the protein and greens. All very, very important to helping people maintain a healthy lifestyle. I'm going to ask, if I can, Tammy, I believe, is on the call. Tammy, if you're on, if you can unmute yourself. I'm going to ask you really quickly, can you just share with us what your experience has been with trims so far?
Yeah, you bet. So I have always had a really hard time with my body weight. I've tried just about everything, it feels like. And so I was really skeptical when Zane brought the weight loss medicine to me, because honestly, my body it's been through the ringer. I've had over 25 different surgeries in the last 10 years. I've been pregnant 8 times. There's all sorts of stressors. I was having a lot of stress in my life, and things were really crazy. So my body didn't respond very well to me trying to lose weight. So when I started using this, I was like, yeah, sure, Zane, I'll take it. It's not going to work. It's not. I was totally skeptical, but it started working. When I first started taking the Kavu trim, one of the first things I noticed, around 2:30 in the afternoon, when I'd go pick up my kids from school, I was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. And I would get home from picking them up from school, and I would have to take a nap, at least half an hour to an hour nap. And even after that, I would wake up and just still feel so tired. And one of the first things that I noticed taking the Kavu trim is that I didn't have that exhaustion. At 2:30, I didn't feel like I needed to take a nap. So my energy already had increased with that, which was something that I wasn't expecting. Taking a weight loss pill, I was thinking, that it would maybe kind of wear me out a little bit, but it gave me more energy. The other thing I noticed right off the bat was I was able to focus better. So I had my to-do list, right? And I'm kind of scatterbrained, and my to-do list became easier to do. I was able to focus better on the things that were required of me. So those two things were the first things that I noticed right off the bat. And then after a day or two of taking the Kavu trim, I started realizing that I wasn't hungry in the afternoon. I didn't feel like I needed those snacks in between meals. Usually after dinner, I would kind of, you finish eating your savory and you kind of go, I need something sweet, right? Like I need a dessert, I need some candy, I need some snacks. I didn't have that. I didn't have the cravings for sweets after I ate. So those were the first things that I started noticing with the Kavu trim, even before the weight started coming off. And I've lost 18 pounds so far. I'm not spectacular. I don't go exercise. I didn't change the type of foods I was eating. I literally changed nothing in my life. I just took the Kavu trim because I really wanted to make sure that was doing what we wanted it to be doing. So I've lost 18 pounds so far. I've got a ways to go still, but I haven't gained any of the weight back, which has been huge. I'm not perfect at taking the Kavu trim every single day. I'm not perfect at eating the right foods, but I try. I take my proteins, my greens, my Knox in the morning. That's my breakfast. Take my coffee trim in the morning. Take my coffee trim right before lunch, and I do so much better in that day. So that's, hopefully that was what you were wanting, Zane.
No, and listen, I think the most important thing for everybody to understand is, again, this is a different approach. Dr. Raymond talked a lot about the foods we eat, and I think most of us can agree that it's important to eat better. We talk a lot about exercise, which most of us can agree, probably good to get some exercise. But oftentimes, the difference here, the difference with our approach, is that most other approaches aren't designed to change your body for the long term, right? It's not designed to help you create balance long term. And that is really the difference with the nitric oxide, with the trim, with the cannabinoids, is to create balance long term. It's really, truly a marathon approach rather than a 100-yard sprint. Yes, it's great that people lose weight, and often they see that they can lose weight fairly quickly. And we love that. But what people find is that by creating balance with their endocannabinoid system, that's what really makes the difference. And exactly what you said, Tammy, is they don't see the weight come back on, right? It's not so much about, hey, I just started this exercise program and I'm losing weight, or hey, I just changed a ton of things. It's about, can I get my body to do the work even when maybe I'm struggling to do the work, right? Yes, of course, if we can add exercise and change our diet a little bit, that will absolutely help. But it still boils down to balance. And that's what like just what Dr. Raymond pointed out, what the cannabinoids do and how they help change even the fat cells, right? They're going to help change that. And that's just consistent use of, those products. And so as a company, what we decided for everybody on the call today, and also if you let your friends and family know, anybody that wants to, from now, I believe it's until midnight today, we're offering a 10% discount on anybody who wants to get some trim, that would like to get the protein, the greens, or the nitric oxide product. They can go on today. I believe it's until midnight. We've made a 10% discount. You don't have to add a coupon or anything. You can just go right to the Sukavu website, and you can get any of those products at 10% off, just for jumping on and enjoying our call today. We know all of our products have a 60-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you don't love it, just let us know and we'll buy it back. The reality is, people are having great success because nobody's really talking about nutrition or health in this way. Like I said, to my knowledge, we are the only company that's taken the importance of cannabinoids and the importance of creating balance in your endocannabinoid system and created products that do that. So I think that's an awesome thing. I really think we've done an amazing job. I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but what we have seen is we've seen tons of success with people feeling better. It's amazing what happens when you start to lose weight. Oftentimes you feel better about yourself, your body image. Joint pain goes down, diabetes goes down, blood pressure goes down. All of those things really help us in the long run. And again, remember, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're not looking for yo-yos of people who lost 10 pounds and gained 10 back and lost 10 and gained 10. We're looking for long-term changes internally with my endocannabinoid system, which is going to help my body feel better long-term as well and be sustainable. I mean, sustainability is huge. And so being able to create balance is important. So thanks, Tammy, for sharing that. I just wanted you to share your experience. I think it's important that people know you're not perfect at it, that you're not out necessarily exercising, because it goes back to what I said. We want your body to be fighting the calories even when you aren't necessarily. My favorite thing about the trim is that it curbs my appetite for sweets. I love, everybody who knows me knows I love candy and sugar. And if I go to an African party, I will eat as much puff puff as possible. And for those of you who don't know what puff puff is, It's the greatest little sweet bread you'll ever taste in your entire life. I went to a party, an African party with Rosa. Dr. Raymond has promised me that he's gonna provide as much puff puff as I can eat if I come to his house. So now I just want you to know that we appreciate you being on. We want to offer an amazing discount for you or your friends or anybody that might be looking to feel better and lose weight. We're excited. I want to make one quick announcement too. In October, for anybody who wants to come to Utah, we have an event here. You can purchase your tickets at sukavu.com. It'll allow you, you get lunch, you get training, you get a lot, you get swag that's amazing. You're going to get a couple brand new products that we're going to unleash. We're doing some more studies right now with some other weight loss things that we're working on. So we're very excited about that. October 8th and 9th. Anybody who wants to come to Utah, please let whoever invited you know you want to come and be here. And with that, I think we're going to ask Dr. Raymond. I'll leave it up to him. I know he speaks French. I don't, and we may have some French people on. So if we do and you want to talk about this in French, that's great. And if not, we can end the call. I'll leave that up to Dr. Raymond. So I don't know how to tell if we've got French people. Maybe raise your hand.
Before we switch over to that, is there anyone that has any questions on anything that we've talked about today, or on the discount that we're offering, or anything like that? If anybody has any questions, let us know. Okay, so we'll just, Dr. Raymond, you're muted. So we'll turn the time over to Dr. Raymond to do the call again in French. If you do not want to stay for the French version, feel free to hop off. We will just end the call right after the French version. So there won't be anything extra given afterwards. So thanks for hopping on today.
So, okay. Thank you very much. I hope that our guests are bilingual and they understand what is going on. Our guests are bilingual, they understand what is going on. Okay. Let me do the presentation in French very fast. I'm going to resume many things. So, alors, lutter contre l'obésité en mangeant à sa faim. Bon, nous avons vu, on devait voir le rôle du carotrim de ce caveau et les mécanismes d'action biomoléculaire d'action de ces produits sur l'obésité. Donc, nous avons présenté déjà plusieurs fois la société Socavo. L'obésité, vous voyez un peu, c'est un schéma qui exprime ici l'équilibre qu'il doit avoir entre les aliments transformés et les légumes. Et vous avez vu que ce monsieur, il a tendance à se dégager vers les produits transformés, d'où sa surcharge pondérale. Alors, nous avons ici donc ce monsieur dont la surcharge pondérale est en rapport avec le fait qu'il soit plus proche des aliments transformés. Nous avons vu qu'au Cameroun, nous avons plus de 50% de notre population qui est obèse. Ça nécessite une attention particulière. Alors, puis, on a vu qu'il y avait aussi l'interaction entre le développement économique, les revenus, l'urbanisation, la consommation alimentaire, l'activité physique et l'obésité. Et on a vu que plus il y avait urbanisation, plus l'obésité se mettait en place. Et puis, bon, voilà, nous voyons aussi ici qu'elle est plus présente en zone urbaine qu'en zone rurale. Et pourquoi? Parce qu'en zone urbaine, il y a plus d'aliments transformés, le style de vie n'est pas le même, les gens sont toujours en voiture, ils ne marchent pas à pied. Oui, l'obésité, c'est l'augmentation de la masse adipeuse du corps humain. Elle se définit par l'indice de masse corporelle, qui est le ratio de la masse en kilos divisé par la taille en mètre carré. Donc, cette surcharge pondérale peut correspondre à une IMC entre 20 et 25 kg par mètre carré. On parle de surcharge pondérale. Entre 30 et 40, on parle d'obésité. Entre 40 à plus de 40, on parle d'obésité massive. Alors, nous avons ici le schéma d'une silhouette de 3 personnes, une normale à gauche, au milieu, la personne en surpoids, et de l'autre côté, la personne obèse. Ça, c'est des schémas caricaturaux. Sur le plan étymologique, nous avons vu pour la première fois dans l'évolution humaine, le nombre de personnes en surcharge pondérale a dépassé celui des personnes qui ont un déficit pondéral. C'est peut-être à un moment donné, c'était la mode. Il fallait vivre bien, avoir tout ce qu'il faut. Et avec la malnutrition, il fallait être en surpoids. C'est dans certaines coutumes aussi. L'obésité, peut être définie comme une maladie, hein, selon l'OMS, ou bien comme un handicap au travail. Donc, qui va sélectionner certaines personnes en fonction de leur poste de travail. Nous allons voir ici sur ce slide que tout se trouve dans notre assiette, hein, parce que vous voyez, ça c'est la représentation des personnes riches à l'époque qui avaient tout pour eux et presque rien pour leurs servants. Alors, sur le plan phénotypique, on a 4 types d'obésité. Sur le plan phénotypique, le surplus de graisse est reparti sur tout le corps, c'est le type 1. Le
Good
type 2,
morning. We have COVID testing here.
le type 2, c'est l'obésité androïde. Le type 3, c'est l'obésité viscérale. Le type 4, c'est l'obésité gynoïde. Donc, sur le plan physiopathologique, nous avons l'association d'une inflammation systémique chronique subaiguë. Les tissus adipeux vont libérer donc des médiateurs qui entravent la lipolyse, c'est-à-dire la dégradation de graisse et la perte de poids. La conséquence, en absence de lipolyse, la perte du poids est difficile. L'obésité affecte aussi indirectement le microbiote intestinal. Donc, l'inflammation systémique associée à l'obésité va favoriser quoi? Le diabète, l'asthme, le cancer, la dépression et les maladies cardiovasculaires. C'est important à savoir. Sur le plan diagnostique, l'indice de masse corporelle, comme je vous ai dit tout à l'heure là, peut être normal entre 18,5 et 25. Il est en surpoids entre 25 et 30. Au-delà de 30, il est en obésité. Entre 35 et 40, il est en obésité sévère. Au-delà de 40, il est en obésité morbide ou massive. Donc, il ne faut pas confondre obésité et syndrome métabolique. Ça, c'est très important. Il faut faire la différence entre les deux. Et ici, nous avons un schéma qui montre la prévalence, la haute prévalence de l'obésité aux États-Unis comparée à la France, au Royaume-Uni et aux Pays-Bas. Alors, les causes de l'obésité sont très variées, hein. Vous savez, il y a ce qu'on appelle le processus obésogène. Les 2 grands facteurs du Big Two, traditionnellement impliqués dans le développement de l'obésité, qui est le rapport entre ce que nous apportons comme calories et ce que nous dépensons. En cas d'équilibre, nous avons un poids normal. Si on apporte plus qu'on ne dépense, on sera obèse. Ça, c'est le Big Two. Il est 18 heures. Donc, la surconsommation aussi est un facteur très important dans la survenue de l'obésité. L'alcool, c'est connu de tous. La sédentarité, le fait de ne pas bouger beaucoup. Et on a aussi les obésités in utero. Un IMC de la mère peut favoriser aussi une surcharge pondérale du bébé. On a enfin des perturbateurs endocriniens. Voilà, dans ce domaine. Maintenant, sur le plan pharmaceutique, certains médicaments sont connus, certaines hormones aussi. Les antiépileptiques, les antalgiques, les antihistaminiques dérivés de l'organe de seigle. Sur le plan de l'environnement du microbiote intestinal, on s'est rendu compte qu'il pouvait avoir exacerbation de l'obésité. Sur le plan héréditaire maintenant, les facteurs héréditaires sont nombreux. Le diabète de type 2, le risque d'apnée de sommeil, la mortalité, l'espérance de vie, le diabète sucré, l'hypertension, l'accident vasculaire cérébral et l'accident cardiovasculaire. C'est les facteurs héréditaires associés à celui du diabète. Donc, le coût économique est aussi important parce qu'il y aura accroissement des dépenses médicales et il y aura une faible productivité au travail aussi. Nous avons plusieurs déterminants de l'obésité ici. Il y en a 7. L'influence liée à la société, la pollution alimentaire, la consommation, les facteurs psychologiques et les activités individuelles, les activités environnementales, la biologie. Tous ces facteurs sont associés à l'obésité et peuvent directement ou indirectement être impliqués dans l'obésité. Les mécanismes d'action biomoléculaire des cannabinoïdes sur l'obésité, ça c'est le sujet qui nous intéresse le plus ici. Plusieurs études à travers le monde montrent que les cannabinoïdes améliorent l'expression des gènes. Ceci en favorisant le bouillissement des adipocytes, en les rendant plus aptes à produire la chaleur, dont l'activité catabolique. Toute activité catabolique dans les graisses favorise la perte de poids. Donc, les cannabinoïdes améliorent aussi l'expression de certaines protéines présentes dans le tissu adipeux, favorisant la thermogénèse. Donc, la lipolyse et la baisse de la lipogénèse associées aussi. Donc, nous allons voir tout ça. Nous allons voir aussi que sur le plan du mécanisme d'action, des effets de l'action des CBD sur le tissu au cours de l'obésité, on va voir que l'activation des récepteurs CBD, dont CB1, CB2, TRPV, GPR55, sur les tissus du foie, du cœur, adipeux, endocriniens, vont entraîner l'augmentation de la dégradation des graisses, qu'on appelle la lipolyse, l'augmentation de l'activité thermogénétique, qu'on appelle l'activité mitochondriale, et l'oxydation, diminution de du stress oxydatif, baisse de l'inflammation aussi. Ces éléments nous permettent de comprendre le rôle des CBD. Ici, pour comprendre pourquoi est-ce que le CBD joue un rôle important, au-delà de la réduction de l'appétit, sur les tissus, sur la dégradation des graisses. Donc, en résumé ici, nous avons un résumé sur presque tous les tissus du corps humain, comment le CBD agit sur ces tissus au cours de l'obésité. En régulateur d'appétit, le CBD va favoriser la perte du poids. Il régule les sensations de faim, on l'a vu tout à l'heure dans cette présentation. Et en fait, il régule la sensation de faim, la survenue du diabète et ses complications. En luttant contre l'obésité, le CBD lutte contre le diabète également. Donc, nous allons passer ici voir le rapport entre le régime alimentaire, l'obésité et la santé mentale. C'est très important. Nous avons deux types de régimes. Le régime de bonne santé qui est constitué de plantes et le régime constitué de produits transformés qui augmente le risque d'obésité, pendant que le régime à base de plantes diminue le risque d'obésité. Tout ça est associé à quoi? Quand vous prenez des produits transformés, vous augmentez l'oxydation, le stress oxydatif, l'inflammation et tous ces mécanismes. Vous diminuez la neurogénèse et vous agissez sur les changements épigénétiques. Donc, le régime alimentaire, obésité et santé mentale font un rapport étroit, car la modulation des voies impliquées dans l'inflammation, le stress oxydatif, les phénomènes épigénétiques, les dysfonctions mitochondriales, le microbiote intestinal vont avoir un effet sur l'obésité. Sur le plan préventif, nous allons voir ici que il faut équilibrer son apport énergétique, il faut une alimentation régulière avec respect des heures de repas, il faut éviter les produits industriels transformés, il faut avoir une activité physique minimale et régulière, il faut lutter contre les facteurs psychologiques qui affectent l'obésité. Donc, bon, il y a beaucoup de personnes qui ont fait des publications. Il y a des études qui ont été faites. Certains disent que écouter sa faim peut aider à rester mince. On parle de l'alimentation intuitive. Donc, voilà. Il y a d'autres qui parlent des restrictions et régimes qui ont une efficacité relative. C'est parler du jeûne intermittent que vous connaissez presque tous, mais on dit que ça favorise le grignotage entre les repas. Donc, le traitement de l'obésité est le régime alimentaire, comme on a dit, une alimentation riche en fruits et légumes, et une modification des pratiques alimentaires en supprimant certaines catégories d'aliments et manger au moins 5 fruits et légumes par jour, boire de l'eau avant les repas, éviter les aliments transformés, éviter les aliments à haute densité énergétique, éviter les aliments contenant à la fois des matières grasses et du sucre, réduire la taille et les portions servies, éventuellement augmenter le nombre de repas par jour en diminuant leur importance. Donc, augmenter, manger comme un roi au petit déjeuner et réduire au maximum le dîner. Ne pas grignoter les repas, éviter les édulcorants, qu'on appelle sucrètes, faire de l'activité physique, changer son mode de vie par restriction calorique et par un meilleur sommeil. Donc, nous allons reparler encore que l'obésité est fonction de l'index glycémique des aliments. Un aliment qu'on consomme a un index glycémique. Plus l'index glycémique est élevé, plus il va favoriser l'obésité. Plus la densité calorique d'un aliment est élevée, plus elle va favoriser aussi l'obésité. Nous avons le tableau de densité calorique des aliments et plus un aliment est alcalinisant, plus il va lutter contre l'obésité. Tout ça, c'est des productions, tout ça, c'est des publications qui sont très importantes à savoir comment est-ce qu'on peut réduire son poids ou bien maintenir son poids en mangeant à sa faim. Ça dépend de la qualité de ce que vous mangez. Bon, si vous mangez 300 grammes de pain et la personne qui est à côté de vous mange 300 grammes de légumes, la personne qui a mangé 300 grammes de légumes ne va jamais prendre du poids. Parce que l'index glycémique du pain, il est à presque 98. Alors que l'index glycémique des légumes, il est à moins de 5. Donc, l'indice PRAL, comme j'ai dit, définit un aliment est alcalinisant. Et que pour lutter contre l'obésité, les régimes conseillés vont associer donc les aliments avec une densité calorique faible, un index glycémique bas, un index PRAL, indice PRAL inférieur à 0. Les tableaux sur l'index glycémique, la densité calorique, l'indice PRAL sont disponibles pour ceux qui veulent les avoir. Je peux mettre à la disposition de chacun. Introduisons donc le Kavutrim de Sokavu contre l'obésité. Ici, c'est un supplément mis en place par M. Zen qui joue un rôle très important par des mécanismes que nous allons citer maintenant sur l'obésité. C'est un cannabinoïde réel par son effet entourage associé à la vitamine B6 pour une combinaison gagnante. Il agit comment? Il dynamise le métabolisme, il optimise la production rapide d'énergie, il augmente la concentration, il réduit l'appétit, il maintient les constances du sang. Et associé à la P-protéine et au supergreen, son efficacité est aussi augmentée. Nous n'allons pas finir sans parler de l'oxyde nitrique avec le NOx de Sokavu, le NOx boost de Sokavu, dont les activateurs sélectifs, les précurseurs de l'oxyde nitrique présents vont faciliter les transformations au niveau digestif qui vont produire l'oxyde nitrique. Et cet oxyde nitrique va agir sur l'obésité par quel mécanisme? Par augmentation de la thermogénèse, augmentation de la lipolyse, baisse de la lipogénèse, c'est très simple à comprendre. Optimisation de la production d'énergie, lutte contre la plaque d'athérome, régulation de certains gènes de l'obésité. C'est très important à savoir. Donc, le Kavun de Sokavu contient des activateurs non sélectifs de la synthèse d'oxyde nitrique. C'est la L-citronine et la L-arginine, dont les effets sur la santé sont très bénéfiques. Donc, il contient entre autres aussi certains ingrédients qu'on a cités là, vitamine B6, B12, C, L-citronine, folate, glutathione, et L-méthionine, vitamine K, D3, arginine, acétylcystéine. Donc, il est important de comprendre que Sokavu, dans la perte du poids, associe deux suppléments. Il y a le NOx de Sokavu, avec son oxyde nitrique, qui est un activateur non sélectif de la synthèse d'oxyde nitrique, et il y a le Kavutrim, qui agit sur le métabolisme cellulaire, qui baisse l'appétit et qui permet, les deux associés vont potentialiser la perte du poids sur le sujet obèse. Thank you for your kind attention. I don't know if there is question, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raymond. It's so kind of you to always do it in English and then in French all over again. You're double duty, and we appreciate it. One thing during the you're welcome. We really, really do appreciate the knowledge and expertise that you bring. It's incredible. One thing that during the English version, I'm sure you said it in the French version as well, that really kind of hit me was making sure that we're still eating. I think that's one thing that especially women tend to do is stop eating, right? Like we think, well, if we just don't eat as much, we'll lose the weight. But I think that it, like you were saying, it makes our body hold on to it more. So make sure we're eating and eating the right healthy foods, right? So thank you so much for that, Dr. Raymond. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Remember that until midnight Mountain Standard Time, there's a discount on the Kavu trim, the Kavu Nox Boost the hempen pea protein, and the green powder. So that's on our website. Get in touch with the person who invited you to the call and they can help you with that. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks again, Dr. Raymond.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Thank
Okay. Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.